The National Youth Policy Review Project was officially launched here Tuesday at the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports. The government of St. Lucia, through the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports, requested and received technical assistance from the Commonwealth Secretariat to review the National Youth Policy. A consultant, Dwennett Eversley, has been assigned to the ministry for 9 months and will facilitate the research and consultations necessary to develop a new national youth policy fit for St. Lucia in 2015 and beyond. She says the government must be commended for undertaking the review because not many governments have made such an investment in youth.
A few years ago, the World Bank report indicated that in terms of borrowing for investments on youth, youth was the sector least activated by any government. I repeat, least activated, less than 3%. So that again is to re-emphasize how significant it is that the government of St. Lucia is investing. It has a vested and real interest in looking at its youth policy. And you may be asking, what is a youth policy? And you know, I hear a lot of talk about asking young people what they want and what they want. And no youth policy can ever be done without getting the views of young people about what they want in terms of their aspirations. St. Lucia cannot achieve sustainable development without young people. And for young people to be part of that process, they must be equipped. And all the social and economic factors, political, technological, etc. factors that are needed to equip them must be in place.
The Minister with responsibility for youth development and sports, Shaun Edwards, has committed the government to identifying and implementing strategic policy which will serve the needs for youth in this dynamic global environment. As noted by the consultant, a request by a government to an international development agency for youth-targeted project shows its commitment to addressing youth-related matters and augurs well for development.
During the period 1997 to 2000, the government of St. Lucia did embark on the creation of a youth policy document. The document was completed and has been sitting on a shelf somewhere in the ministry and maybe in the National Archives, and not much expression has been given to it. You have different agencies of government tapping into the National Youth Policy document from time to time, but you just get the impression that there isn't this sort of coherence that you need for such an important national document. And so the time has come for us to critically, 15 years thereafter, to critically review that particular youth policy document. From 1997 to 2000 and 2000 to 2015, much has happened, not just within the confines of St. Lucian society, but regionally and globally, to force us to revisit what is contained in our national policy document. There have been advances in the realm of technology, there are new health challenges, there are issues as it relates to youth unemployment, etc. And any national youth policy, or any government for that matter, that is serious about addressing the plight of young people must be sensitive to some of the dynamics that I just mentioned. And that is why it is extremely critical, it is extremely important for us to revisit the contents of the National Youth Policy document.
Meantime, the president for the National Youth Council, Louise Victor, calls the review timely as it will seek to address recent developments at the international level. Ms. Victor has committed the NYC's participation in mobilizing St. Lucian youth to be a part of the process.
We know that it will be a challenge, but we are ready for it as NYC in terms of mobilizing, in terms of ensuring that district youth and sports councils and, as we see, unattached youth are all represented. And I would like to make an urgent plea to all young people. Very often we see that policies are implemented and it doesn't serve us all. There's things in place that it doesn't reach us. This is our opportunity to really speak out about what we want in a document that will serve us. So if you are reached out to really genuinely give your views on what it is you would like to see in such a document, do not feel free. This is your power, this is your right, and let us claim it. And if we are serious about our country's development, if we are serious about our development, let us make the most of such an opportunity.
I think we are moving in the right direction. It is long overdue, but like they say, better late than never. And I am sure within a year or two, a year, 9 months to a year, we will have a document that will assist us in fueling youth development. But more critically for us, quickly before I leave, is that we need to ensure that organizations are strengthened along with the process of reviewing the policy, so that by the time we have a new policy, we have energized organizations to carry the work forward.
And the expected outcome of the project will be an improved environment that allows young people to reach their full potential and contribute meaningfully to the development of St. Lucia.